Sean Brady is confident ahead of his fight against Leon Edwards, dismissing Edwards' claims of being comfortable against grapplers. Brady believes Edwards will be surprised by his strength, saying, "Guys don't realize my grip, my squeeze, and the pressure I bring until they feel it." He talks about always fighting grapplers, but he doesn't do great against them. While Edwards has never been submitted, Brady remains unfazed, adding, "If you have a neck, I can choke you." Out, and Leon's got a neck. Meanwhile, UFC updates continue with Estela Nunes replacing Ariane Carnelossi at UFC Vegas 105F as she looks to snap a 4-fight skid. In May, UFC Des Moines will feature a heavyweight clash between Don'Tale Mayes and Thomas Peterson, both seeking redemption after recent losses. Later that month, Paul Craig faces Caio Borralho at UFC 225F, aiming to break a 3-fight skid, while Borralho looks to rebound from a rare majority draw. Additionally, the Ismail Naurdiev versus Jun Yong Park fight has been moved from the May 17th in Qatar to June 21st. Lastly, Renier de Ridder is set to face Bo Nickal at UFC Des Moines on May 3rd, where Nickal aims to re-enter the top 15, while RDR looks to secure his 3rd straight win since joining the UFC. Renier de Ridder is eager to test Bo Nickal's grappling when they face off at UFC Des Moines on May 3rd, aiming for his 3rd straight submission win. Confident in his own wrestling, RDR hopes Nickal engages in grappling exchanges, saying, "Let's make it a wrestling match this time and see if I can get his neck." Some fans were surprised by the booking, considering Dana White previously stated that the UFC would build Nickal up slowly, but Nickal revealed he specifically asked for this fight. A key factor in his decision may be the long-standing rivalry between Art American Top Team and the former Black Zillions, now Kill Cliff FC. Two Florida-based gyms just 10 minutes apart. This feud was even highlighted in Tough Season 21, where both teams competed against each other. RDR acknowledged the added tension, saying, "Anybody who hears about this fight tells me, get that fool." Even though the Black Zillions no longer exist, the rivalry still fuels the fight. Meanwhile, Jan Blachowicz is set to return this weekend after recovering from a shoulder injury. Jon Jones reportedly wants 6 months to prepare for Tom Aspinall, making a summer fight unlikely despite Dana White previously targeting it. Ariel Helwani revealed that Jones's timeline pushes the fight to at least September, sparking mixed reactions from the MMA community. Some understand the need for extra preparation, given the magnitude of the fight, while others argued Jones is stalling, questioning why he isn't already training. Fans worry this delay wastes Aspinall's prime, with some accusing Jones of holding up the division. Others doubt the fight will ever happen, predicting Jones might fake an injury and retire. Frustration extends beyond this fight, with criticism of the UFC's declining appeal. Fans cite fighter inactivity, pay disputes, and unnecessarily long events. If Jones versus Aspinall isn't booked for International Fight Week, it remains to be seen who will headline instead. Magomed Ankalaev blocks Ariel Helwani on social media leading up to UFC 313. Ariel Helwani predicted that Alex Pereira would leave Vegas with the belt, even suggesting Pereira might get a finish. After Ankalaev's victory, the new champ didn't forget Helwani's comments. On Tuesday, Ankalaev called out Pereira for a rematch, saying, "Alex, when you're ready to go again, you deserve this." Helwani reposted the call-out with a clapping emoji, but Ankalaev fired back, saying, "I don't like this fake big-nose guy. I'm going to block him." Many fans believe it's actually Ali Abdelaziz running Ankalaev's account, as Abdelaziz has used the same big nose insult before, most notably in 2024 when he called Helwani a big-nosed coward while defending Bilal Muhammad. Helwani seemed to agree, responding with, "Hi, Ali, miss you too. The social media drama continues. Charles Oliveira wants to fight for the BMF belt. Back in 2015, Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway faced off in Canada, but the fight ended abruptly when Oliveira suffered a throat injury in the first round. Now, years later, Oliveira wants a rematch, with the BMF belt on the line. In an interview with Oddspedia, Du Bronx stated that if he isn't fighting for the lightweight title, he wants Holloway for the BMF belt, saying, "BMF is about being the toughest guy, and that's what I consider myself in this division. Having that belt is the only thing missing." While the UFC and Holloway haven't responded yet, Holloway has announced plans to fight at the International Fight Week this summer after moving up to 155 following his loss to Ilia Topuria. Could this be the next big BMF showdown? Sean. Brady is confident ahead of his fight against Leon Edwards, dismissing Edwards' claims of being comfortable against grapplers. Brady believes Edwards will be surprised by his strength, saying, "Guys don't realize my grip, my squeeze, and the pressure I bring until they feel it." He talks about always fighting grapplers, but he doesn't do great against them. While Edwards has never been submitted, Brady remains unfazed, adding, "If you have a neck, I can choke you out, and Leon's got a neck." Meanwhile, UFC Vegas 105 on April 5th has seen a late change, with Ariane Carnelosi being replaced by Estela Nunes, who returns after a year-and-a-half hiatus to face Loma Lookboonmee. Jan Blachowicz is set to return to the octagon for the first time since summer 2023. Facing Carlos Ulberg after undergoing double shoulder surgeries. Now 42, Blachowicz admitted his recovery was tough, telling a Sirius XM's Fight Nation, "My body doesn't recover like when I was 30. 3 months after surgery, I felt worse than before and thought something was wrong." However, his physiotherapists assured him it was just a matter of time, and eventually his body started responding. With a win, Blachowicz hopes to re-enter the title picture and challenge newly crowned champion Magomed Ankalaev. Jon Blachowicz is feeling much better after his double shoulder surgeries and is focused on his upcoming fight against Carlos Ulberg. He expressed interest in a rematch with Magomed Ankalaev, saying, "I've got unfinished business with Ankalaev, but first I have a job to do this Saturday. If I win, I believe we have to finish what we started." A win could put Blachowicz in contention for the Ankalaev versus Pereira rematch winner. Meanwhile, details about how Dana White's new boxing league have emerged, with payouts ranging from $20,000 for unranked fighters to $750,000 for champions defending their titles, and fighters guaranteed 4 bouts per year. As this unfolds, concerns are rising over UFC pay-per-view, PPV, sales plummeting. Reports indicate PPV buys are at an all-time low, and the fighters are no longer being incentivized with PPV points due to poor revenue. The UFC is now increasing sponsorships, adding a stake ads to free fight content on YouTube, signaling an aggressive push for alternative revenue streams. With ESPN and the UFC reportedly struggling in negotiations, the future of PPV remains uncertain. Fans are voicing frustrations over UFC pay-per-view, PPV prices, and declining sales, citing high costs, lack of star power, oversaturation, and piracy as key issues. Many argue that $80 per PPV plus an ESPN Plus subscription is too expensive, especially with free streaming links widely available. Some suggest that UFC should adopt a paid streaming model, offering base a $14 $9.99 month subscription with main cards included, while others propose lowering PPV prices to increase demand. Critics also blame weak matchmaking, Apex events oversaturating the market, and a lack of mainstream superstars like McGregor or Rousey for the decline. Some believe corporate greed is prioritizing revenue over fans, and that the UFC is shifting from a grassroots boundary-pushing promotion to a mass-produced, publicly traded business.